Hello, and welcome to CIS103 Introduction to Social Media. My name is Sarah Beakley-Mercill, and I will be your instructor for this course. If you have taken classes from me in the past, this video will seem familiar, and if you're new, welcome. I'm super excited that you're here. When you first access my Canvas class, you will land here on what's called the home page. This is the most important area of my course, and this is where you will find everything that you need to do, all assignments, all due dates, and access to what your grades are. If you look over here on the left, this is our main navigation menu of Canvas. Canvas is the learning management system we use at SCC to deliver online courses. The menu consists of Home, Announcements, Syllabus, Module, Grades, and SCC Library. You will spend most of your time on Home and Grades. Grades is where you'll be able to see all your graded work, and if you miss points, I'll always provide feedback. Up here at the top is a listing of the most current announcements in the course. I will always have the 3 most current announcements listed. Right now there's only one, and when you log into the class, you'll see this one at the top. You can always click on the announcement link right here to read it, and you can see there's a lot of great information, a lot of links. I always give you reminders of due dates coming up. When you're done reading the announcement, you can go back to the home page by clicking on Home. If you ever need to review any past announcements, you can always click on the announcements link and it will take you there and you can review it. All right, in the center of the page, these gray boxes, these are called modules. And within modules are the content for the course. The first 2 modules will always be the same in every Canvas course at Scottsdale Community College. You will see that each module has pages, and we as teachers can fill these modules with basically with whatever content we're using to teach the class. As I said, this first module, Welcome, is always the same, and you want to go ahead and click on the very first link, and you can review all the content inside of it. You can see that I have a welcome video. Watch this so you can get to know a little bit about me. I'm actually making this video right now. That's why it says need video here. That's a message to me. When you access my class, you will no longer see that message. And you just want to go and click on a page. You want to read all of the content. You'll see I have a lot of links in here. You can go ahead and click on those links if you need to. And then when you get to the bottom of the page, you can click the next button, and that will take you to the next page in the module. This page right here, Your Instructor, this is an important page. Definitely want to bookmark it or come back to it, be familiar with it, because this is where you'll be able to access me during my virtual learning spaces. It's called online live learning. You can think of it as office hours and tutoring all rolled into one. And I will hold the 2 hours every week for all 5 weeks of the class. And so again, you can continue to read through, get to the bottom of the page, click next. I'm going to go ahead and click on Home, going back. And so you see there's a lot of different pieces of information. When you're done reviewing a module, you can just go ahead and click the name of it, and that will collapse it. The First Steps module, if you have taken classes at SCC before, this will look different. We have implemented a new directory structure, so it's all the same information you had before, but now it's organized into subcategories, so you can just go ahead and click on one of those pages and then read everything about that. If you get lost, you could click Next, or you can just go ahead and click on Home, and that'll always take you back to the beginning. Over here on the right is this to-do list, which is super handy. This is going to give you all the upcoming due dates of work that you need to work on. This is great, but it's listed by due date, but then it is also listed alphabetically. It's not always listed in the order I want you to complete work. So where do you know where to complete work? You're going to come down here. We'll start with week 0. I will open this class early. That's why I call it week 0, but technically the work is not due until next week when class officially starts. So you can see that I have, here's the policy acknowledgments, the syllabus quiz, the first steps quiz. There's this extra credit assignment. You can see that it's not listed in the same order. Here's the policy acknowledgement, first steps, here's that extra credit, and here's the syllabus. Not all listed in exactly the order. So you always want to check the module and complete work in the order it's listed. Again, I've built my course in a linear fashion, so when you open each module, you start with the very first page, you click on it, you read it, you go down to the bottom, you click Next, and you continue through, going back to Home. So if we want to see this first week, this is what I like to call housekeeping assignments, but if I jump down here to week 2, you can kind of see that this one has a lot more information. In fact, you'll see there's 2 week 2 modules because this course is super accelerated. So you are completing all of the work for 16 weeks in 5 weeks. So you'll see that at the top of every module, I have a link to posting discussion questions to our Q&A discussion board. If anybody has a general question and they want to post it, they don't know the answer to it, you can of course always send me an email, or you can just go ahead and post that question to this general discussion board. And if somebody knows the answer, they can respond. I will also follow up and make sure that all questions have been asked. Going back to home. Click on the welcome. This is going to give you the objectives for this module. This is everything we're going to cover. Click on next. And then you'll see their course documents. This course has no required textbooks. I provide all the content within the course, so these course documents serve as those textbooks, all of the required reading. So you are to read through the page. You'll see that there are a lot of hot links, a lot of hyperlinks within all of this reading to expand your knowledge. There are videos. The expectation is that you are watching all of the videos and that you're at least following the links for, skimming them. Some of them are very short articles just to really provide a lot of context to what you're learning. And so you'll scroll down to the bottom, and then you can click next and go to the next assignment. And you see there is a quiz here. And so you can go ahead and work on the quiz. Come back to home. So you'll see there's quizzes, there's another welcome, here's another course document, there's some required reading. You might see there are 2 free e-textbooks that I have integrated into the course, and so you can access the reading directly from right here. Go ahead and click on that, see if it opens it up. And you'll see this is a free e-text from our library, and you can download the entire book, or you can just read the chapter on LinkedIn, which is what I'm having you guys read this week. All right, coming back to home, going back down here, let's look at an assignment. So you'll see an assignment actually says the word assignment. You can click on it. It's important that you read all of the content. You'll see there's important links that you want to follow up. I'll give you all of the assignment requirements, but what you really want to pay attention to is with every assignment you turn in, there is a grading rubric, a very detailed grading rubric, and this is how I will assess your work. So my advice is just to look at everything on the left side of the rubric. Those are the highest points, but definitely want to read through this and make sure that you don't, miss any points. This is how I will grade all of your work. So if a student misses points, I will go ahead and click on it, and I will actually provide comments to provide context for what you missed if needed. All right, going back to home. All right, just to finish up this video, a few other things I wanted to point out. This menu over here in blue, this is the main navigation of the entire Canvas learning management system. So if you're taking multiple courses, you can get back to the dashboard by clicking on this link. The other 2 tools I want to point out is the inbox. This is the built-in messaging system for Canvas. This is separate from your school email account, your Gmail account from school. So I do send messages frequently through the inbox. You can send me a message and I'll know it's from you. And then the last one I want to point out is the calendar. I'll go ahead and click on this. This gives you a nice visual of all the upcoming due dates. So you can see there's a lot of assignments due starting next week, and you can go forward. Let's go forward to the next month. Actually, we're not seeing anything. Oh, I need to go here. That's where I need to go. And you can see here's all the work that's laid out for you. So you see assignments are always due on Sundays and Wednesdays, with the exception of the first week and the last week, just because classes end on a Thursday. All right, let's go back to courses. All right, that's about everything that I wanted to show you guys. If you have any questions, you know that you can always send me an email. I'm super excited to work with you. I'm super excited to watch your social media skills grow. And I hope that some of you drop into the online live learning for the first week so I can get to know you. But I will record that session. Again, welcome, and let's have fun.